Hey guys, how's it going? Richard here with Alien Bros. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I have a few spectacular UFO sightings to share with you guys today, and afterwards, as usual, we'll get into a news story that I think you guys will find pretty interesting to say the least. The first one that I'll be sharing with you though is one of the most awesome pieces of UFO footage that I have seen in a long time, and I think it's going to leave you all just as shocked and confused as it's left me. It was captured over King of Prussia, Pennsylvania on February 15th of this month, and it shows what seems to be a massive fleet of UFOs hovering over the city. It is just nuts and left the witnesses in total disbelief. I'll go ahead and play the footage for you guys now, and we'll talk more on it after, alright? Now roll the clip.
Look at all those lights. You see that, guys? What is that? That's insane. No, I'm serious. They're everywhere. They're like reddish. Seriously. Look over there. Look to the far right. Seriously, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
They're not moving. We moved. What is it? No, they're moving. No, it's us moving. No, they're behind us now. They're behind us now.
Alright guys, so this footage is just outright awesome. Normally I would write this off as drones or Chinese lanterns, but these things seem to be way too high up in the sky to be drones, and on top of that, not a single one of them move even slightly. If it were drones, at least one of them would be moving, if even a little bit, but all of them are just hanging out stationary in this odd formation. Chinese lanterns would also be slowly drifting across the sky with the wind and are unable to maintain a static position the way that these objects do. What's even more amazing are the two airplanes we have flying nearby, which give us a good frame of reference for the height and size of these objects. I believe they are much larger than normal drones, and with their height up in the sky, unless they are something military, which I highly doubt, then I think that we are definitely looking at something unknown and potentially very scary considering that they are here in mass. Why would a fleet of such objects be necessary in the first place? It just doesn't seem right to me. If you guys have any idea what these things are, then please leave a comment explaining them away. If you can debunk them, by all means then do so. If you cannot debunk them and spotted the same thing that night, or if you have more footage of these objects, please email it over to me so we can figure out what it is this family saw over Pennsylvania that night, because I want answers here. Alright guys, now let's get into our next incredible piece of UFO footage. It was captured over Akron, Ohio on February 17th of this month, and it shows a strange light moving across the sky that was witnessed by a delivery man for Gordon Food Services while he was out making a delivery. It is definitely a weird one. I'll go ahead and play the footage for you guys now, and we'll talk more on it after, alright? Now check out this footage. Okay guys, so the witness described this object as moving around all over the place very quickly and was unsure if a drone could have been capable of what he had spotted in this footage or not. This object certainly does behave oddly and does move rather quick and in ways that normal aircraft would not be able to do. The movements are sharp, precise, yet sporadic. Now, I'm not going to say this is for sure an alien craft. That would just be assuming far too much. However, I definitely find it strange, and I am not so sure that a drone would actually be able to make some of the sharp turns that this object does. I know a lot of you fly drones and have a lot of expertise with the UAVs, so I'm going to ask you guys, is a drone capable of what we are seeing performed here in this footage? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think this thing is. Is this an extraterrestrial craft, or is this something more mundane? I personally don't think that this is anything mundane, but I want to hear from you guys what you think. This object is hard to keep track of in the clip, and it just makes me feel like there is a good chance this is something far from normal, and what this man saw could be something out of this world. But I could be wrong, and I definitely want to know what my drone enthusiast subs think before I decide. So let me know down in the comments what you guys believe this is, and as always, if you have more footage of the craft, then please send it over to my email. Let's figure this out. Alright, next, I want to share with you guys an incredible sighting that was shared by my friend UFO Man. It is absolutely insane, and caused major panic in the streets among those who saw it. It shows a possible TR-3B over Bordeaux, France on January 17th of this year. As always, the original UFO Man video will be linked in the video description, and I do recommend you guys check him out because he does some amazing work over on his channel. We have worked together for a long time, and he's a very respectable researcher. I'll go ahead and play the footage for you guys now, and we'll talk more on it afterwards, alright? Now check out this footage.
Je les ai aussi. Génial. Je montre où je suis. Hop, hop, hop. C'est génial.
Alright guys, so this is definitely an incredible capture. Supposedly this object hovered in the sky for 25 minutes before disappearing. It is hard to say if this object made any sound or not because of how loud the witnesses were. However, I'm going to say that it likely didn't. They hold their formation well enough to make me suspect that they are all part of one large object, one that we know as a TR-3B, and have shared countless video captures of on this channel. If a craft of this size were going to make noise, a crowd of people like this would not be enough to drown it out. If you have ever heard an airplane or a helicopter fly by this close to you, then you would know that it is extremely loud and would definitely be heard in the background of this crowd. An object of this size seems to be massive enough that you could land a commercial airliner on it, and it would be more than loud enough to be heard over the screams of the crowd if it were going to make noise, which leads me to believe that the object, or as some are calling it, objects, are entirely silent, which is unheard of for an object of such a size. I think that what we are seeing here is almost certainly extraterrestrial. If not being flown by ETs, then at least an origin, as reverse engineered alien technology, but not from France. It would have to be from the USA or Russia. However, I have my doubts. Why would either nation pull a stunt like this over France? It makes no sense. No, I believe this is something not from this world being piloted by something not of this world. However, that is just my opinion, and you should form your own based off of the evidence. If any of you saw this thing and have more footage of it, then please email it over to me. If you think that you can debunk this thing, then please let us know down in the comments what you think this thing is. I'm sure that the witnesses want answers just as much as I do, and if we can provide them, then we should. Until then, I'm going to claim that this sighting is in my files as extraterrestrial and fully unidentified. However, you're welcome to change my mind. Alright, now in my last video, I promised you guys that I would share a clip of an object that has been hanging out over a family member of mine's house for weeks now every night, and I did go out and capture the footage just as I promised that I would. After this, we'll get into today's news. It was captured on February 20th of this month and shows another one of these strange orb lights hanging out near the town of Boonesboro, Maryland. It shows another bright light just hanging out in the sky, and it had some very strange properties when attempting to film it. I'll go ahead and play the footage I captured for you guys now, and then we'll get into the airplane sighting. Now check out this footage. This camera's moving on its own.
Yeah, it's real touchy.
It's getting really bright and dimming.
Yeah, I know. The other one was doing that too. It's
I can tell you. Do you want to get that thing over there for comparison?
Where is it?
Over here. Coming up and that way.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, right there. See it?
Yeah, that is a plane. I'm on focus.
The other thing's not.
Yeah, it's a plane moving.
And that's a dog barking.
Yeah. This thing up here. Oh, sorry, where the heck did it go? There it is. That is not a plane.
The plane's just gonna come over if you want to get it again.
Alright. That thing must be.
Do you think the people on the plane can see that? Because it's going right next to it.
I don't know, it depends on how high up it is.
You see it? Look, the plane right there.
There it is. See, that was definitely an airplane there. You can hear it too. Put it up there. You got it? Alright. Alright, thank you. I think he's getting real brain down. Come on, focus.
We should get a telescope.
Yeah, we should.
I wish I knew where we could get a good one.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stay in here all night recording this. Okay guys, so this object is there almost every night and can be seen without fail in the exact same spot. It is super bright. The way it appears on camera is very close to how it appears in real life, and it is, as I said in my last video, impossible for me to debunk. I have tried using star tracking apps among other methods, and so far I have come up empty. It is just weird because up until a few months ago this object was never there. The family I have living there has been there for decades and have never seen this thing up until about 5 months ago. If it were something normal, they certainly would have noticed it a long time ago. This thing does move across the sky, and I have captured a lot of other strange UFO activity all over this area in the past, some of which I have shared on this channel and much of which I have simply archived in my own UFO files. Whatever this thing is though, there have been a ridiculous amount of reported sightings of similar objects all over the country, and they seem to be becoming more and more common. In fact, it is currently the most common type of UFO sighting being reported both to me and the major UFO databases. That begs the question, what are these things? They only started becoming this frequently noticed recently, and no one has a solid explanation for half of them. Granted, some of them certainly are cases of mistaken identity for mundane objects such as stars, planets, and the ISS, but a good portion, such as this one, are not. What is everyone seeing? Is something big about to happen? It certainly does feel like it to me. Also, sorry for some of the mechanical noises that you guys may have heard in the background of the footage. We work on cars where I shot this footage at, and I'm a mechanic by trade, and that was an impact wrench that you guys were hearing whirring in the background, not anything from up above. I more or less just wanted to make a point here and let you guys know that this phenomenon is definitely happening and that I and many others want to find out why. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this before whatever these things are do get the better of us. Let me know what you guys think these things are down in the comments, and if you guys have been seeing them, definitely let us all know about it, because we are a family here and I want us all to support each other in our experiences and help each other to figure out what it is that we have been seeing. It is the only way that we will ever obtain the truth about this phenomenon. Alright guys, so let's get into today's news. We have shared multiple past videos displaying strange Google Earth related phenomenon, however this one may actually take the cake. It shows a plane that is seemingly being abducted by a UFO. Now you can go check the coordinates out for yourselves if you wish. Anyone can currently see this from Google Earth, and the exact coordinates will be down in the video description. You can see here that there is a strange multicolored light right above the airplane and a strange dark shadow around the airplane that almost makes it seem as though the object has the plane in some sort of strange field of energy. It could also, however, be the sun, depending on the angle of it that day, and if this plane was flying towards the object with the sun casting its rays behind it, which would still in itself show that there's definitely a solid object there, capable of casting a shadow. However, something tells me that there's a lot more to this than a mere shadow. Do any of you guys have any more information on this? I would think that an incident like this, with what Google Earth claims to be an Airbus, aka a commercial airliner, would have been reported. I'm not sure if that information is correct though. This could very well be some other form of airplane with another purpose, but that does not explain why this wouldn't have found its way into the news without people having to discover it through Google Earth. It makes me wonder, is a cover-up involved here? Or have any of you guys been able to find a report from one of the passengers, because I have failed to find anything about this aside from the Google Earth evidence. In the case that there were no reports because the flight was lost, wouldn't we have mounted a search for the missing airliner? Just like how a couple of years ago passenger flight Malaysia Flight 370 went missing and a massive search was carried out? Why would the same not have been done for this airplane if it had gone missing and nobody knew where it is? My theory is that this airplane and its passengers made it back alive to tell the tale, and the people on board may have spotted this object. If not them, then at the very least the pilots did. However, I don't see how this object could have been missed. I am willing to bet that when they made it back, they were met by government intelligence officers to debrief them and prepare a cover-up to stop this story from getting out to the public. However, there may be one thing that they didn't take into account. They may not have realized that Google Earth evidence was there, and it has been found, and is being shared, and it may only be a matter of time before they make Google cover it up and blot it out from the map, just as they have done in the past with other top secret locations that the military didn't want the public to know about. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments, because I personally think we may have found evidence of a massive UFO cover-up, and I think that we need to push on this and see if we can find answers before it is too late. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but stay tuned because there is a lot more coming, and we will have it posted very soon. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to smash that like button on your way out, share it, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. It really helps us out, and it'll let you guys stay up to date by sending you a message straight to your inbox every time we upload a new video, and you guys can once again stay on the up and up with all of the latest alternative news. And remember, you have to hit the bell button or YouTube will not notify you when our new videos come out. Unfortunately, it sometimes seems that even if you do, they still may not notify you, so it may also be a good idea to bookmark the page and check back here frequently for new content as well. Unfortunately, just subscribing on YouTube simply is not enough anymore, since YouTube seems to have deemed our content controversial, but that won't stop us from sharing our evidence with you guys and moving forward. Also, for updates on our new videos, go follow our Facebook page. The link is down in the video description. And remember, if you have some UFO footage or evidence that you would like us to feature on the channel, then email it over to us. Our email is down in the description as well, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Finally, if you guys want to help keep this channel going so that I can put more time into posting videos and continuing with this research, then please check out our merch, or you could even donate just $1 a month to our Patreon, and it would be extremely appreciated because YouTube is not paying us, so this is all out of pocket for us. These videos do take time to make, guys. I start on the next new video right after I make the last one, and to make quality content, in most cases it can take me almost 48 hours or more just to produce one of these videos. When you make no money from it, then continuing with it is difficult, so supporting the work we do here truly does help out far more than you guys know. I want to keep putting the word out there and prove that this phenomenon is real. Together, we will find the truth. Thanks again for your support, guys. It means a lot to us, and don't forget to browse the channel if you're new and get yourself up to speed. As always, I'm Richard with Alien Bros, and I'll see you guys again next video.